This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Wednesday, April 29th, 2026 in the morning. Today's report examines the expansion of OpenAI models into Amazon Bedrock and why HashiCorp co-founder Mitchell Hashimoto is abandoning GitHub for the development of his Ghosty project. We analyze the automation of microprocessor design through the Auto Architecture Framework and a new classified agreement between Google and the Pentagon for military use of Gemini models. This report also covers the transition to post-quantum security for Ethereum wallets and the Food and Drug Administration's move toward real-time data reviews for clinical trials at AstraZeneca and Amgen. Amazon and OpenAI have finalized a landmark partnership to bring flagship models, including GPT 4.0 and the newly released GPT 5.5, directly to the Amazon Bedrock service. This integration allows AWS customers to access OpenAI's reasoning-heavy models within the same serverless environment they use for other enterprise tools. The move is technically significant because it bridges the gap between OpenAI's proprietary infrastructure and Amazon's specialized security and data residency features. Enterprises can now utilize GPT 5.5 Pro for multi-step research and industrial workflows without moving their data outside the Amazon Virtual Private Cloud. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman have framed this as a response to corporate demand for high reasoning capabilities coupled with the scaling stability of the Bedrock API. This development effectively positions Amazon as a primary distributor of frontier intelligence, challenging the exclusivity previously held by Microsoft Azure. Mitchell Hashimoto, the co-founder of HashiCorp, has announced that he is moving the development of his high-performance terminal emulator, Ghosty, away from GitHub. Hashimoto stated that the platform is no longer a place for serious work, citing an oversaturation of social features and user interface noise that distract from core engineering. This transition highlights a growing trend among senior developers who are seeking more focused, minimalist environments for systems-level programming. Ghosty development is expected to move to a more streamlined or self-hosted Git infrastructure. The critique centers on GitHub's pivot toward becoming a developer social network rather than a pure technical utility. As platforms like GitHub integrate more automated marketing and copilot interruptions, technical leads are expressing concern that the quiet areas required for complex software architecture are being compromised. A new project titled Auto Architecture is applying the iterative logic known as Karpathy's loop to the physical design of microprocessors. By using a deep learning feedback loop, the system automates the search for more efficient CPU layouts. Instead of humans manually drafting every logic gate, the framework uses a reinforcement learning agent to propose architectural changes, which are then simulated and scored based on performance and power consumption. Initial results from the project show that the AI can identify non-intuitive routing paths that reduce signal latency and heat generation. This represents a shift from human-in-the-loop design to a fully automated tournament of architectures. The project's documentation suggests that this approach can significantly compress the development cycle for specialized silicon, allowing for rapid iteration on hardware-level optimizations that were previously too complex for traditional engineering tools to explore. The Pentagon and Google have reportedly entered a classified agreement allowing the Department of Defense to use Google's AI models for any lawful government purpose. While the deal includes language that discourages mass surveillance and the deployment of autonomous weapons without human oversight, it does not grant Google the power to block specific military applications once the models are deployed. This agreement marks a major pivot in Google's relationship with the defense sector, moving past the internal protests that historically limited its military involvement. The Pentagon intends to use these models for logistics, intelligence analysis, and tactical decision support. Technical critics note that the lawful use clause is broad, potentially allowing the Gemini models to be used in high-stakes battlefield environments where the distinction between assistance and autonomous action becomes blurred. Researchers have introduced a method to upgrade any Ethereum wallet to post-quantum security in a single transaction. This is a critical development, as standard public key cryptography, specifically the SEC-256-1 curve, is vulnerable to decryption by future quantum computers using Shor's algorithm. The upgrade utilizes a new proposal known as EIP-7702. By using zero-knowledge proofs and hidden public keys, users can retrofit existing accounts without changing their wallet addresses. This process essentially wraps the old vulnerable key in a quantum-resistant layer. This is an update to previous sovereign research, providing a concrete technical path for the millions of active Ethereum addresses to secure their assets before the arrival of a cryptographically relevant quantum computer. Community chatter is currently focused on a critical unpatched vulnerability in the Hugging Face LeRobot robotics platform. This is a signal from the future, as it highlights a major security gap in the emerging field of autonomous hardware. The flaw allows for unauthenticated remote code execution, which could permit an attacker to take control of connected robots. Until a fix is released in version 0.6.0, users are being urged to run the platform in restricted containers. In other news, Apple has patched a bug that allowed the extraction of deleted signal messages from the file system, a vulnerability first highlighted by 404 Media. This serves as a reminder that privacy tools are only as secure as the underlying platform. Furthermore, a study of papers on the AR-14 research server found that 88% of documents leak hidden metadata, including private comments and directory paths. In the world of biology, researchers have discovered that plants like tomatoes produce high-frequency, ultrasonic clicks when they are stressed or dehydrated. These screams are inaudible to humans, but can be detected by specialized sensors. Finally, OpenAI continues to face financial scrutiny as rumors circulate regarding its revenue targets, while the company maintains a valuation of $852 billion. This concludes the Synthetic Signal Report for Wednesday,